What's up, guys? DJ Mike James here, coming at you again with my Tech Talk segment. I just got these RockVille Rockwedges, and I kind of struggled with them a little bit because I didn't really have a chance to like go through any of the settings or any of the fixtures themselves. But now I've got a real good idea how to get these things to do exactly what I want them to do. There's a few things you need to learn, or know about the programming in these lights. If you go into your light, for instance, I have this one set because it's on IR, but I also have that wirelessly DMX to these other ones. However, I don't have them on right now. I'll turn them on in just a second. You need to know that this light will not save your adjustment unless you push enter on your key. So when you're going through your functions on here, which I'm going to show you, that's a DMX destination, another DMX destination, and that's for your wireless DMXing, or if you're going to do them through a DJ control or a wireless DMX controller. The CL is our static mixing color, and it's 1 to 32. There's 32 different colors in here that we can scroll up and down, and as long as I don't push the enter button, as we go through all 32 colors, you can see if I don't push the enter button and change it, as soon as I turn that light back off and back on again, it's going to go right back to where I had set it at, which is actually pretty sweet. Now the CC mode, which I have set in 99 right now, so that the lights kind of pop really good, I have it saved in there, so I had to go through each one of these channels, set everything. I set them all the same, so that way any one of these lights could be my master. I'm using this one as my master only just so I'm not having to reset up and resave every single time that I turn these lights on. Our next one, of course, I have that at 99, so that's going to go up. So when I kick the light back on, I had to go through and I turned all the LED off, so it'll stay on and it'll time out in 30 seconds. So all of these are set off. Some of them would shut off, some of them wouldn't. It's only because if you don't hit the enter button, it's not going to save it. So I'm going to show you that right now. So the next setting is our EE, which is the gradual color change mode. And of course, just for display purposes, I have them all set to 99. Again, we can change that. Just go up or go up to 1, and that's going to slow that color change down to the slowest setting. Now if I wanted to keep it at that, at this point I would hit enter. So anytime I've switched into this mode, once I hit enter, it is going to slow that down to 001. Now if I just switch from it, go to our next setting, which is going to be FF, our southern color change mode, and I go back to it, it's still going to be at 99. It's not going to set unless you push enter on that button. And then this is our FF, the sudden color change mode, and it's 1 through 99, and that is just the speed of how the effect is going to run. Our next one, I have all these set at 99 and saved. They're all the same in my other lights too, only for the purposes of any one of these could be the master. I'm just using this one to keep it real nice and simple. Our next one is our strobe, which I have set also at 99, but again, that is a function that I can adjust. I can also do it with the remote and the wireless DMX. I'll get into that in just a second as I get through here. It says to use your sound sensitivity. I just went ahead and put mine at 25 again. I set it 25, hit enter, set it 25 for this one, set it 25 for this one, enter, enter, enter. So all of these are set up exactly the same. Our next one is our sound. There's 3 different sound modes. There's 1, 2, 3. They do different show patterns and things along those lines. I have all of these saved in sound 3, so when you select your sound option, so I can change it to 1 or 2, and it's going to be in that mode. However, if I don't push enter and just switch off of it, as soon as I go back to that, it's going to be back into zone 3 because it's not saved anymore. The LED is to turn off this display, and it'll time out after 30 seconds. I kind of like to keep the lighting on the unit itself minimal. You know, you're still going to have your battery meter, you're still going to have your wireless DMX light on at all times. Like I said, if you go into this, it's set to off. You can set it to on. However, I'm not going to change it because I want those LEDs to shut off on all of my lights subsequently. So as long as I don't push enter and just switch it, when it comes back, it's going to go up no matter what. Now your IR control, and that's the control for your remote. And the interesting thing about about this is if you want to run this in the master-slave situation wireless DMX, the smart thing to do is to turn the IR off in your slave units. That'll then make this unit respond to the infrared signal. And as soon as you change this light, it'll automatically wirelessly DMX change these lights as well. So, for instance, if you were previously setting your master up by you weren't aware that you got the IR controls and you had them all on, they all want to try to act independently of each other unless you shut them off on your slaves. So the only light that's going to respond to your IR is going to be this light, and it's going to change all of them. So if you click on that, the IR on this one is on. I don't have to push enter because I already have it saved like that. On the other lights, it's saved off, meaning that I switch it to off, hit enter, and now these lights will not respond to the IR remote, only the master will. And I'm going to show you guys some of that here in just a second. Alright, your 2.4, that is your wireless DMX modes. You can turn this off or on. I would recommend you keep it on because that is almost the best way to run these lights. And when we get into that, there are 7 different wireless DMX groups that you can select by different colors. So as long as these colors match up, and you have these set in a DMX destination, whether it be A001, D001, as long as these are all the same, and you set them all to whatever the color of your master is, they will all automatically sync up. So I'm not going to change that because I have them set, I think, on the red channel. I don't know what the DMX destination is for that, and it doesn't really matter because this one's red, this one was red, this one was red, this one is red. They'll all automatically sync up to the one light that does not have the DMX destination. So as we go back through this, we've got a temperature setting telling us the temperature of the light, which honestly it's not doing anything. You have a test mode, which will test all the lighting inside of this. And then we get into our static colors. You know, your reds, right now I have these just set to blue, all of them. So my reds turn to 0, green 0, blues at 255, so it's all the way up. This is white, it's at 0. This is our yellow, or what I would consider amber. This is our purple, which is UV in this light. Those are all at 0, so when this light is in a static mode, it's just automatically blue. But that's not going to matter because we're going to be able to change that with our remote at any time that we want. This is our DMX destination, another DMX destination, but since this is our master, I'm going to set this into the color mode, let that sit, and then we're going to turn these on. And as you see, these all come up with their DMX destinations. They automatically synced up to the same color that this is. Keep in mind the IR is off on these so that when I do use the IR remote, if I want to change these to UV, they're UV. All of them will change. Keep this one by you, hit it. Every light in your room is going to wirelessly DMX change to whatever you want it to be. You want it to be red. You want it to be green. You want it to be blue. You want to switch into your auto modes. And again, sometimes it takes a second for these to all catch up. But if you'll notice, when I switch and you see this flash, they'll all flash. So they're all saved. That flashing light on there means that all the lights saved it. They saved their DMX destination. This saved this. So at this point, if I want to go blackout mode, I can black the lights out. The last thing that was saved on there is going to be what comes back on. So when you turn it back, it goes back to where it was. So if I instantly wanted to save this in a solid color, which is what I had it at before, so I switch it to UV just because I like that. Go blackout. They're still communicating. Go blackout. When I turn this back on, they're all going to be UV. Come on. Just like that. So I hope you guys got some hints and tips out of this. Honestly, it took me a little bit to kind of figure out the wireless DMX packages in here. But I gotta tell you, I mean, these lights are fantastic. And not only that, they'll sync up to the you know, Best Pack 50s, Best Pack 60s, Best Par 60s, those S4s, which are essentially Best Par 50s, S6s, the smart GGS 6s, both lighting, Shehd's lighting, all this technology is the same. If you get real comfortable using one of these lights, you'll be able to run multiple lighting packages running different brand lights. I mean, they're basically, I think the insides of them are all pretty much the same, but technically speaking, I can run all of those lights, every light in the room, off of this light right here, set it right next to me, and everything will change, everything will sync up. It is a phenomenal light. I'm super excited about these. Like I said, I had the RF ones previously. I've been in touch with RockVille. They cannot seem to figure out how to sync them up to these since they are wireless DMX also. And I can't figure out how to do it either. And like I said, just a few minutes of playing with these, getting all the settings in there where I needed them to be. And now this light functions absolutely perfectly. And I'll be able to just do everything I want off of one light. The different DMX groups, if we want to run different lighting patterns, we set a different color pattern, which would give us 2 masters. And at that point, if you turn the IR on your other master, all of your lights, they'll stay in their program mode. You can run up to 7 different groups in these, and then just have one of them set as the IR master in that group. When you hit your IR, all of them are going to switch to whatever button you hit, because it's not going to differentiate. It'll only differentiate while you're in the wireless DMX group. So if you wanted a static color, or you wanted a light strobing, and you wanted a light color gradienting or whatever, you set those groups up, have them do it. One is the IR on each side. When you hit your IR, it's going to change all of them to be the same. And that's a super, I mean, it's just a super convenient and awesome software package that's in these lights. Like I said, I'm really loving these. It's exactly what I wanted and what I thought I was going to get out of something else. But, you know, as we live and learn, you know, I mean, we just find better products and things that just kind of elevate our game. So I hope that this helps, man, as far as like the technical side of getting these set up and getting them all wirelessly DMX, getting your IR to work, all of those things in conjunction with each other. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys are following the channel. If you guys got any comments or any questions about these lights, I have a really good understanding of how they work and how to operate them. So shoot me a question in there. And you know what? When you're out there doing your gigs, make sure you kill them with kindness. I'll see you next.
This video is made possible by 343.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass.